It is 11:15 a.m. on September 3rd, 2025. Mom is currently at Grandma's house. I'm currently just sort of sitting here. I am actually going to be leaving shortly to get some work done and then go to my doctor's appointment and then probably go to Grandma's house. This morning, Mom called a church because Grandpa is Catholic and asked for a priest to come and perform last rites and anointing of the sick. And the church opened at 8:30. Call happened at 8:31, and the priest was there by 9, and that included the travel time. So that tells me that Grandpa probably doesn't have a lot of time left. I don't know how much time is left. What I do know is that a lot of things are going to be happening over the next few days, and as things happen, we're going to learn more about what we need to do. We're going to learn more about whether or not a funeral is going to be this week, next week, in the future, in a long time. We don't really know. Um, the hospice nurse is coming every day. What we were told was that when hospice comes every day, essentially that usually means that the end is near. And just from my little bit of knowledge about like death and dying and the end of life, it's come to my attention that it's very, very likely that he is going to pass away soon. Um, because he stopped eating. He's sleeping all day. He is currently alive. I just spoke to my mother a few moments ago, and she did inform me of that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He's 84 years old. He has dementia, late stage dementia. He hasn't been able to talk in almost a year. He stopped talking a while ago, but like complete talking stopped about a year ago. He has bladder cancer, he has gallstones, he has kidney stones, he has all sorts of other stuff, and he's been on palliative comfort care through hospice for the last 11 months, because it was last October. It was last October. It was actually last September when we discovered that he had blood in his urine, and we took him to the emergency room and learned that he had potentially a UTI. But then after that, we went and got a cystoscopy, which is just where they go in with a thing into your bladder and check out and see everything that's going on in there. And what they learned was that he had pretty severe bladder cancer, and there was the possibility that he could have a surgery to have it removed. But the situation with that was that with the anesthesia, it was very likely that one of two things was going to happen. It would either kill him on the operating table, or his mind would be so far gone that he would never be the same person again, and he would just basically be a vegetable, essentially, is what the doctor said. Um, and so Grandma and Mom decided that hospice was the best option, along with the doctor, and he was on hospice within 3 days. Which is absolutely astonishing that hospice came out and did all that stuff that quick. I was super excited that they were able to do things that quick, because that meant that there would be more support. There's a social worker in hospice. There's aides. There's whatchamacallit. There's also medication. There's nurses. You have access to doctors who come to you. He's in the home, so that's actually pretty cool that he's just staying in the home. But that does mean that it's very likely he is going to die there, because he's not going to be transported to the hospital for anything, because there's not really anything he needs to be transported to the hospital for, because there's nothing they would really treat. Now, yes, on hospice they do treat things that are not related to the situation that is it. So perhaps he gets a UTI, they would treat that. And it's interesting to see how this is going. I will be in contact with my mom throughout the day, and we'll be going to Grandma's later and talking to Mom and probably sitting there. And I also have to bring her home to her house, because that's just the way things are right now. She can't drive. But it's very, very interesting seeing somebody at the end of life, because the end of life is something I've seen before, but when I was a lot younger with my great grandmother and with my other grandmother, who I didn't really see the end of life. She went into the hospital one day, and then the next day she was on life support, and then 3 days later we found out she had a DNI, got the family together, and removed everything. This has been a lot different and very enlightening and very uncomfortable.